What up, though? It's your boy Trail Different, the content creator, and in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to turn this. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. Into this. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. Let me start with Mary. Let's get it.
Who the fuck is you?
I'm your favorite nigga in the streets, your favorite rapper in the booth. I'm that 100 in your liquor, when they say 100 proof. When you was broke, all your so-called homeboys ain't come through. I was that feeling up in you. They made you finally jump.
It's your boy Trail Different, the content creator, aka the Black Sheep Turned Goat. Shout out to R.A. Capone. And in today's video, I'm gonna be doing something a little different. I'm gonna do it voiceover style, evolving a little bit. But today's video is about how to do hooks in Audacity. Now, the first thing you want to know is you're going to record every single hook pretty much the same way that you want to use this effect on. And what I mean is you're going to use 2 tracks. It's going to be 2 tracks you're going to start with. That means you're going to record your main vocal track of your hook, and then you're going to double over that and record a second main vocal track to your hook. And when you do this, you want to be mindful and make sure that you get it as close as possible, timing wise, pitch wise, and all that, to the original. Okay, what you're looking at right here is 3 tracks. This is the main vocal track, and then the track under it is the doubled over, the one I doubled over, the second track I laid that I doubled over my main vocal track with, which I'm gonna call that the double over track just for future reference or whatever. So what I did with the double over track is I duplicated it with Control D and I moved it up to under the original one. So that gave me 3 tracks. Now, which track you choose out of the 2 that you record to be the main vocal and which one you choose to be the double over tracks is up to you and your own personal discretion. Now, I also want to note that on my double over tracks, after I duplicated it and moved it up to have them 3 in a row like that, I lowered the volume a little bit on my double over tracks to give it more of a blend and make a little more sense. So that's another key thing for you to do is make sure that all 3 of the tracks are not around the same volume. You want your main vocal track to be loud and you want the 2 under it to be kind of loud. Alright, now let's mute the 2 double over tracks and let's see how the main vocal track sounds. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. Now let's unmute the double over tracks and see how I got the holiday blues tracks running. Now for the fun part. That's the holiday blues. Alright, but what we want to do is make this sound a lot more professional, and we're gonna give it a much fuller sound. So on the first double up track, you're gonna pan it 100% to the left. On the second double up track, you're going to pan it 100% to the right. And on the main vocal, you're going to leave that running straight up the middle. And this is going to give it a more fuller stereo sound, more like the radio and TV and things like that. And we're one step closer. I got the holiday blues. Holiday sounds a lot better right there, but we ain't there. Not for the most tedious part of it, but it's still easy once you get the hang of it. What you want to do is you want to zoom in really far Now you zooming in really far so you can have the most ultimate control over how much you're going to move your clips, because you're going to move them ever so slightly in just a second here. Now, as a little disclaimer, I want to note that on your project, what you'll see probably is all three of your tracks start at the same point. But as you see, mine has three little different starting points because I had already previously done this hook and I had to undo it to show you guys how to do it, reverse engineer it or whatever. So, anyway, this part is very, very, very important here, and this makes all the difference in the world. But what you want to do is on your first overdub track, you want to, the one that's panned 100% to the left, you want to move it ever so slightly to the right, because all three of the tracks should be pretty much by default perfectly aligned. And what you want is them to be out of whack just a little bit. Just the second two tracks, the two double overs. So on the one that's panned 100% to the left, you want to move it a little bit to the right. And on the one that's panned 100% to the right, you want to move it a little bit to the left. Now remember to always move it the opposite direction that it's panned. And let's give that a listen. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. I got the holiday blues. Nah, there we go. That's exactly the holiday blues. Nah, the last thing that you do want to do though, before you really done, is cause I didn't put it in this video, I forgot. I'm doing the audio after I already did the video. But now what you want to do is add reverb. Now you only want to add reverb to your overdub tracks. You don't want to add any reverb to your main vocals. And also when you do the reverb, you want to do the reverb on the left track and the right track of the overdubs slightly different. So for me, sometimes I use a room size of 10 and a reverberance of 15 on one, and then on the other one I use a room size of 25 and a reverberance of 0. But you could play around with the settings yourself. Just make sure that you put that reverb on. You only need a little bit, just a slight bit of reverb on your overdub tracks, and make sure that it's slightly different on each one. And on the main track, make sure to leave that naked, no reverb on that. Okay, and as a bonus, I'm gonna be letting y'all hear the full hook and the extra little pieces I had put in there before I bounced it out to mastering. So first I'm gonna let y'all hear the ad-libs. And by the way, if you don't know how to do ad-libs and you want to learn, check out my tutorial that's on my channel on doing ad-libs in Audacity and putting them together and mixing them. But let's take a listen to the ad-libs real quick. I got the holiday blues. The holiday blues. I got the holiday blues. Nah, what I done did on this song, the holiday blues. Let me start with Merry Christmas. Also, I'm really heavy on samples. I do it a lot on a lot of different songs. I'm really good at it. So in the future, I might probably do a tutorial on samples. So let me know in the comment section if that's something that y'all interested in or whatever. But you could check this out right here. I got the holiday blues.
I love Thanksgiving. I thank the Pilgrims and the Indians for coming together.
The holiday blues.
I love it. I prepare myself for Thanksgiving. I was taking 3
I got the holiday
flush all my
blues.
system out. Smoke 4 blunts. I come in that
Thank
summer. It's
everybody
happy.
for watching.
Different.
The holiday
Let me
blues.
start.
Comment below, subscribe, drop a like. I'm gonna be dropping more tutorials in the future and more music. Check out my music on my page if you're interested, and I'll holla.
Chunk the deuce, feel me inside of you. Once your clients start coming through, you feel me up in you. Every time you copy something new, when you stuck in the trenches, on the grind with no benefits, me, I'm that gut feeling that said it's time to hit a lick. Won't hear it in my rap unless it's real enough to spit. When you say fuck feelings, me, I'm that feeling that you get.